joining me today. I have an awesome announcement which I have been telling you guys about through Twitter and Instagram as well, but my blog has launched today and I am so excited because what I'm going to be doing is whatever I talk about on YouTube, for the most part, will be linked back to my blog for more details and quick little blurbs about the products and, you know, also little posts that I wasn't necessarily able to do on YouTube to film a whole video, sort of like a production, and, you know, they have to be of a certain length, and there's sometimes I just learn and want to teach you guys about smaller things that I feel like don't need to go into a video. So this way I can do it on the blog, and I'm super excited. I was doing this 3 years ago and then completely stopped because I was so swamped with work, but here I am and I'm so excited and I put my heart and soul into it, and it's so simple and effortless, and that's what I love the most about the design of the blog. So I hope you guys love it too. And today's product that I'm going to be talking to you guys about will also be featured on there, so make sure you guys go to my blog. It's artistry.megha.com, and the link is in the description box also. But the product that I am talking about today is Glossier, and this is the product that I've been hearing about since I was on my 2-month vacation last year. I was seeing it everywhere. It was like blowing up in October, November, and I have been dying to get my hands on it. And then the company actually recently reached out to me asking me if I wanted to try out their products, and of course I was like, yes please. But they were awesome. They didn't ask for a review, they didn't ask for anything. So I'm not doing this review because they asked me for anything. I'm doing this because I honestly love it. And you can ask any company that I work with. Like, I always let them know that if I don't like the product, I'm not doing a review. And I only do a review if I genuinely really like the product. So obviously you guys now know that I love this product. So let's get into it. So all of the products come in here. And if you guys don't know, there is a blog called Into the Gloss. And this line of skincare products and one makeup product was created by Emily, who is the founder of Into the Gloss. And she created this product called Glossier, which is supposed to be more about your skin, less about makeup. And it's supposed to be that sort of, you know, just have perfect skin and easygoing, frivolous, you know, just easy stuff. And I thought that that was a really interesting, cool concept, and I love the way the products look. They're so cute. So the box is that white box with a G on it, and in there it comes with this stuff. So first cute thing is that it comes with 2 of these little pink Ziploc bags with bubble wrap in here, and your products come in there. So I have 5 products. They only sell 4, but the reason for why I have 5 is because I have 2 colors in one of them. And they all came in here, and how cute is that? Like, I like that extra care that was put in there. There's also a Glossier tote bag, which is so cute because tote bags always come in handy for everything. And then there are stickers. This is something very new that I have never seen in any other product before, so I thought that was adorable. These stickers are meant to be put on to your product so you can just stick them on. However, I'm not really that type of girl, so I prefer the clean-cut, simple version of the makeup and the skincare here, as opposed to decorating them with stickers. But the stickers are so cute because they're sort of retrospective, which you can tell because though these were printed obviously in 2014, they definitely look, you know, like they're a 1990s type of font and look, and I thought that was kind of cute. So that is the packaging. So everything in this box retails for $80, which comes with 4 products. The 4 products are the Soothing Face Mist, the Priming Moisturizer, the Balm Calm, how cute is that name, and the Perfecting Skin Tint. So let's get into it. The first product is the Glossier Soothing Face Mist. It's a rose water spray. Also, for everybody who thought it was Glossier, I thought that too, but it is Glossier, like glossy and yay! So I thought it was a really cool way to say it because Glossier actually is a word. Like, you know, you look glossier than that person if you're looking kind of shiny. So I thought that was really interesting. I definitely did not know that before. So this is a rose water spray. You're supposed to spray this on after you wash your face and before moisturizer. So that's exactly how I use it. And I love it because I feel like my face feels really plump and my pores have already opened up then. So then when I put in my moisturizer, it really soaks in, because I've always sort of had the problem of where I feel like products don't soak into my skin as well as they should, because I mean, I exfoliate, I do everything that I'm supposed to do, but I somehow feel like nothing actually goes in and everything sort of sits on top. So this helps me with that because then my moisturizer just soaks on in. Also, if you guys use primers and serums and retexturizers and things like that, then the way that you would use it is you would wash your face, you would use that stuff, then spritz this on before your moisturizer. So that's the way that I do it, and I really like it, but I'm sure that there's another way. I emailed them to ask them if that was, you know, if they have any other recommendations. They never got back to me, so I mean, that's how I use it, and that makes sense to me. Then, oh, this is also 4 fluid ounces, so it's a lot. It's definitely a lot. So it's a good amount of product. That is $18. The next product is a priming moisturizer. It's a buildable hydrating cream. This is 1.7 ounces. Against the nice size. What I really like about this is that the tube literally looks like, I mean, when you squeeze it, like it stays, like those indents stay, which I really like. And how adorable is this pink and white packaging? Love it. So this is interesting because it says buildable hydrating cream, and anybody who has oily skin probably runs when they hear hydrating cream, because the two things I see there is hydrating means it's probably not oil-free, which this is not oil-free, and then cream to me makes it sound like it's going to be a really dense, thick product. And when this comes out, which you guys will see in my demo, it does look like a very dense, thick product, but for some reason when you spread it, it's not. It's actually really fluffy. It's really, really water-based. Water is the first ingredient in here, and it just really soaks into your skin. And this is buildable. I've actually put on 2 or 3 layers of this before if I felt like I needed it, and I have oily skin, so that's saying a lot. And I mean, this is also virtually scentless. It has some sort of smell to it, but it's not something that I think is meant to be fragranced, which is awesome because that's exactly how I like it. And it's interesting because this is not oil-free, and I, you know, only use oil-free stuff, and it's still really working out well for me. So this is actually my favorite product in here because I love how lightweight it is, but it's not oil-free, so it somehow sort of works. Maybe sometimes I feel like if you have oily skin, we use products that are oil-free, but then they don't end up like moisturizing enough, and you still get dry patches. So this sort of alleviates all of that. Then we have the Balm Calm, and this is a product that I was really unsure of in terms of like what this is really supposed to do. So this is a universal skin salve. I've always heard these words before, but I've never really picked up a product like this. And now that I came in this kit, I tried it out and I really love it. So this is what the tube looks like. How cute is that? And this is a really thick wax-based salve, and you're supposed to use this in all dry areas of your body, and of course for your lips as a lip balm if you'd like. For me, I don't like it on my lips because I feel like it is so waxy that other products that you put on top are not going to penetrate it. And for me, I use my Burt's Bees under my lipsticks and things like that. So I feel like if I were to put this on and then put on a lipstick on top, it's just going to slip right off because it's not going to actually go into my lips. And that's why I don't use it there. But I've been using it on my elbows and my knees and my cuticles, and I'm obsessed. I will show you in the demo how to do that also. And what I really like about this is that since it's wax-based, it somehow dries matte. And it's not at all like a Vaseline type of product, because that's what I was imagining it to be, which means that I was imagining a lot of slip, which is good, but I was also imagining that awful greasy feeling where you have to go wash your hands. And you know, if you put Vaseline, you can't really use your hands and feet after. Like, so many people put on Vaseline in their hands and feet and like put on a sock on top and go to sleep, and like a paraffin kind of treatment. That's great, but this is not the same type of product because it really does feel matte afterwards, so you can still use your fingers and your hands like you normally would, or whatever part of your body, and doesn't move. I think that the wax texture to this keeps everything in place, so it feels like it just locks in moisture and will not move. It's awesome. Again, like, I was so unfamiliar with stuff like this, but now this is definitely in my purse all the time, and I use it for everything. Like, if I don't have lipstick on anymore, I'm happy to put this on over my lips. But especially for me, like, my fingers have been so dry recently. Like, these little crevices and my cuticles have been horrible, and I would keep noticing it, but I never did anything about it. And I just would put on lotion thinking that's enough, but it's not enough. So this is an awesome product for that. Then the last product is the Perfecting Skin Tint. So here there are 3 colors. It's light, medium, dark, which obviously seems pretty scary because it's just 3 colors. And how in the world is every skin tone supposed to fall into those 3 colors? Well, they say that these skin tints have skin fitting technology. So basically what you put on is going to somehow, you know, fit to match your skin tone. And I actually find that to be true. I've heard a lot of products have stuff like this, but in my experience, nothing has actually done that for me until this. So dark is what I thought I would be looking at the color. It doesn't look too dark. However, when I put it on, it does sort of give me a little bit of a darker look than I like. So I mix medium and dark. I use about 8 drops of the medium, 8 drops of the dark and about 2 drops of the medium to give me the perfect color. And what I really like about this is that it's a perfecting skin tint. So it's just going to give you a tiny, 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 tiny tint. It's much less in terms of coverage than even a tinted moisturizer. So I know that a lot of people over YouTube and on blogs have been saying, okay, this is only great for people who have perfect skin. That's not true, because I don't have perfect skin and I'm wearing this today and it's making me feel like my skin looks good. And I know that I don't have perfect skin and all I really got is this, and I've got a loose powder and I've put on some blush, but I haven't gone over with any concealer. So whatever coverage you're seeing is from this. But again, it's just a hint of a tint, and what it does, a hint of a tint, that was kind of cute. It just gives you a little bit of a tint, so it just helps to blur out your imperfections. It doesn't mean it's going to disappear, but if you have something nominal and something small, it will help with that. So of course, acne spots, scarring, blemishes, it's not going to do anything about, but it will help with redness. It will help with discoloration, because I do have pigmented skin. Like, my chin is so much darker, but this still worked. And the best thing about this to me, which I think a lot of you girls will also appreciate, is that a lot of foundations, when you use a foundation all over your face for a darker skinned girl who has pigmentation, it will go gray on certain areas, like my chin and, you know, maybe like my forehead, stuff like that, but it hasn't gone gray. And I really appreciate that, because that is the biggest struggle of finding a foundation for somebody with hyperpigmentation, because, I mean, we all know that if a product does not suit your skin color 100%, it's gonna go gray. So that's difficult, but this did not do it. And what I really like is that I feel like most products, like I told you guys before, sit on top of my skin and don't really soak in. I feel like this is the first product that has actually soaked into my skin and is virtually undetectable. Like, I don't feel like I'm wearing makeup. It doesn't really look like I'm wearing makeup, because you can still see certain imperfections, but it's still better than what it was before. And I really like that. And can I just tell you guys, everybody has been complimenting me on my skin after I've been using these products. And that's the best compliment you can get, when someone says, I love how your skin looks, or your skin looks so great, as opposed to, I love your makeup. So I've been hearing that all the time, and I wear this morning to night, and I love it. Except if you are oily, you will have to use a primer or a powder or whatever, you know, normal method that you use to help your oil from not breaking through. You will definitely have to use that. Normally, I would say I can go about 8 hours with using this and powder and primer and not have any oil and feel great. After that, a little bit of oil does start to break through, but it still doesn't look bad. So, love it. So that is it for my review. Ooh, prices. Okay, this was $18, as I told you guys. The priming moisturizer is $25. The Balm.com is $12, and the skin tints are $26. And the entire kit is $80. Obviously, you wouldn't get 2 skin tints, you would only get 1. But if you want to buy the product separately, that is how much they are. So they are kind of pricey, in my opinion, for a company that doesn't really have a strong name, but I love the products. I really, really genuinely do. Now, if you guys want to see how I use them, then go check out my demo. Good morning, everybody. I have washed my face. I don't have anything else on it. So the first thing I'm going to go ahead and do is hold my hair back and spritz it with the soothing face mist. So you obviously want to go ahead and shake it. And then I'm going to hold my hair back and go to town. So it's about 5 mists, and it feels so, so good. I love the way this feels. But I do wish the nozzle was kind of better, because I feel like the best spray bottle that I've ever used in my life was the MAC Fix Plus spray. It has such a great nozzle where it just comes out like such a super, super fine mist, and this one comes out a little bit more thick than that. But if you guys can see, my face isn't wet. I mean, it has the product on it, but it definitely does not look wet. So I'm going to go ahead and let that dry and soak it. Okay, so everything has gone into my face. There's no trace of this anywhere. And now I'm going to go ahead with the priming moisturizer. This is a buildable hydrating cream, it says. And it's really interesting because you're going to see it come out. And I barely squeezed the tube and so much came out. And you're going to go and rub this in. And while it looks really white and opaque and, you know, probably dense and thick, it really doesn't come off that way. It's such a nice density. It's not overly thin, like I definitely feel hydrated, but it's not like super thick, because the word cream always sort of connotates to me that it's going to be super thick and greasy, and you know, people with oily skin stay away from that kind of stuff, but that's really not how this is. Like, I'm going in almost with my second layer now around the sides of my face where I get really dry, and I can do that even though I do have oily skin. So I really like this cream, and it slips and slides so well that it just feels like it's made up of water. And the very first ingredient actually is water, then it's aloe, leaf extract, flower extract, stuff like that. So you just know that, you know, it's stuff that's really good for your skin, and my skin feels amazing. And it has dried with a slight dewy finish, but not really. And I haven't used a moisturizer with oil before. Like, I'm assuming this has some sort of oil products in here, butter, glycerin, because it doesn't say oil free. So I haven't used an oil free moisturizer in years, and it feels amazing. So I really like how that feels. Now is the part where you can go ahead and put on some under eye cream if that's what you guys normally do, and if not, we can move on to the Balm.com. So how cute is this? It's called the Balm.com, and you guys will see how thick it is. That's how thick the product is. And what you're going to go ahead and do, that I do, is I put this on my cuticles, and that really helps me. Let me zoom you guys in. So I'm putting this in right on the sides. And I've never used a product like this before, like ever. But I'm so hooked because it really does take care of any dryness that you guys experience. It really does. And my cuticles are always super dry and super flaky and just not in good shape. But this really takes care of it. Here is a zoomed in version so you guys can see that I have the Balm.com on my cuticles. As you guys can see, it's a little bit shiny, but it's not, it doesn't feel like greasy. This is the wax-based product, but it does dry matte, and it literally will not move from that area. And so I just go ahead and rub the excess off into my hands, and see? Like, it's not sticking together, which is awesome. So I'm gonna go ahead and shower and eat my breakfast, and then I'll come back and show you guys the other steps and how to go ahead and use the rest of the products. Okay, I'm back, and now I'm gonna go ahead and show you guys how I use the skin tint. I went ahead and did my hair. I'm gonna go ahead and actually pin it back for this step. And I'm going to go ahead and put on my primer because I have oily skin, and we all know people with oily skin tend to require a few more steps. I know that if I were to put on the skin tint without this, it's not going to last all day. So I'm using my, I don't know why my voice sounds so greeny. I'm using my MAC SPF 50. I have two colors, medium and dark, and I'm going to go ahead and mix them. So I like to take out dark first because that's going to be the one that is, you know, what I'm going to use more of. Definitely go ahead and shake it. And I like to use about 8 drops. Okay, so it looks like that. As you guys can see, it's so runny. And now I'm going to use medium. And I'm only going to use about 2 of those drops. And I'm going to go ahead and rub that to mix it in. And you guys can see the color that is made is much more suited to my skin. So Glossier says to use your fingers, and I really do suggest that. I have used a brush before, but I really think that you end up picking up triple the amount of product, and it just defeats the purpose of what you're really trying to do. You will get a little bit more coverage, but not really anyway, so what's the point of wearing 10 layers of it? And as you're putting it on, you will realize, like once you touch it here, that it definitely has an sort of slippery, oily sort of texture to it, which is why I know that it's not going to last on my skin. And obviously I have worn it without the primer also, just to test it out, and it did not last. But what I really like about this is that even though I have used a primer, obviously my skin is still going to produce some oil. And when my natural oil starts to break through, it looks so, so natural. Because right now, it's kind of, you know, a little bit matte. And no one's skin, you know, if you have oily skin, really stays this way. And I'm really starting to love the fact that I have oily skin, because you'll see, like, later in the video that it does look a lot more natural. So this is with everything on. So if you look at the side of my face, I still have these brown spots you guys can still see. So it is that natural. And, you know, it's just a tint. It's only a little tiny bit of color. All it's done is really even out some redness. I really do have redness now around my nose area, so I think that looks better. But it doesn't do a whole lot. And remember, even with stuff like this, it does have to soak into your skin. So give it a few minutes to do that. And then in that amount of time, it will start to fit your real skin color. Because right now, I can definitely see that I look a little bit gray compared to my neck. But that will come around in a second. So I'm going to go ahead and put on my concealer for under my eyes, but the way that Glossier wants you to use this is like this. So if you really put on some concealer, go ahead and do that, but if not, this would be your finished result, which I still do like. And I think that for a normal day, like say you're doing some outdoorsy type of thing, this is perfect. It's so lightweight, and with that added concealer, it just gets a little bit of oomph. So I'm going to go ahead and do that, and I'll be right back. Okay, so I'm back. I've gone ahead and put on my under eye concealer, my colored corrector in here, and no eye makeup at all, and this is what it looks like, and I still absolutely love this. So now again, if this is your final step, great, but for me, because of oily skin, I'm going to go ahead and powder it. So I'm using my MAC Prep and Prime. So this is the natural Glossier Girl look. Eyebrows and mascara and stuff like that, just because I require a few more steps, just because that's the way that I like. So I'm going to come back and show you guys that also. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this, and if you did, definitely go check out my blog post on this too. It's new. I would love for you guys to comment and to tell me what you guys think, and you know, what you guys want to see. Like, it's also new to me, and I'm still getting used to the interface and things like that, so I am totally in experimental mode. I would love to know what you guys want to see. Definitely don't forget to subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, and comment down below, as well as like this video, and I will talk to you guys very, very soon. Thank you guys so much for watching. Bye.